Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the third session. In this session, we're going to get familiar with the navigation tools. How to move, rotate, and control in the Max environment. Let's take over the whole scene. Well, we've seen these shots before. We call these viewports, left and front views, top views, and perspective views. I'm going to start by drawing a box and placing a teapot on it. We are in all these dimensions. In the world of simulation, we call it an object. Right now, this is one object. We have two objects in our scene. We have two 3D objects. So look here, he's showing us the top view, the front view, and the front view. Each of these has a shortcut. If we stand here and left click, we see in front of perspective P. The shortcut for perspective is P. Orthographic is U. Top is T. Front is F. Left is L. There are no shortcuts for back and forth. We can adjust that later, but okay, no need for that. I'll show you another way. How exactly do we use the shortcuts? So now we're in the front. Look, every time I click on a view, it's surrounded by a yellow box appears and becomes active. I mean, I can do whatever I want here. It's happening. I'm on the front view and I'm selecting it. Press T for top, F for front, P for perspective, L for left. It shows from the front, press P. I can see the perspective, press L. The view is absolutely breathtaking. Even here we can do T, P, F, and incredible. Well, if you simply just left click on an object in the environment, basically. If nothing is selected, you hit V on the keyboard and you see, well, it's right here. If I turn the view back now, it will slightly show me the bottom view from the back view. He's showing me from below. You see, even this right and left and the fronts are here too. Isometric is the same as orthographic mode. We never design in isometric or orthographic. Why? Because the proportions get messed up. Always before you ask in, you simply hit P to just activate perspective and then start drawing. So now we're working with this navigation control section. See which viewport we're working with. It's active. Look, I'm going to activate it now. If I click this option, Maximize Viewport Toggle, you see? It enlarges it for us. Will it be smaller if I click again? Now select this top view. I do and I type this. Look. What is the shortcut? Alt W. We never use these to finish quickly. We always use shortcuts. If we want to move our work forward, we definitely always use shortcuts. So look at each and every single one very carefully and thoroughly. If I select one and hit Alt W, can I maximize and minimize it? Alright, we've gotten familiar with this part. What's this zoom? So right now, I'm coming into the environment and drawing some other objects. When I hold down the left click and hold it, it has two other options inside it. What happens if I select this? Zoom extend all. Now I'm here. What happens if I click this? It definitely shows me all the objects in the scene in a large box. That is, if I come this way. I indeed have another object then. Come here, just a bit please. When I click this option, see all. It just shows me the scene's objects in one frame. Now, what's this one? I'm holding down left click and selecting the second one. It says that when you choose an object and then press this particular option, only the specific object you have chosen will be affected. I'll simply show you this. What is the shortcut? You click when you're on an empty stage. Make sure nothing is carefully selected. Press C once and see what happens. The same thing that happened here becomes its shortcut. So I'm in zoom mode and nothing is selected. I hit Z and it shows me the whole screen. It shows me all the objects in that scene. Now what if something is selected? If I press C, it zooms in on that object. It only shows me that one. Why is this good? You think you have a very busy scene and you don't want to zoom in at all. Look for it. Now I want to choose the teapot. I have to come like this to get to it. I can pick it out from a distance, 1Z. I hit it, and it gets selected quickly. So what's this part? Just orbit. You see, you can basically select an object and essentially use this option to literally rotate around it. It is true that this object is here and within our reach, but we may. Let's not use it at all. Why? Because we always use shortcuts. We do. What is the shortcut? It says when you want to go around an object. How am I currently rotating in the environment, in this virtual space, at this very moment? Alt plus mouse wheel. See? I'm rotating easily in the environment. Now if I want to rotate around this, what do? I select it. Again, Alt plus mouse wheel. Centers the teapot in the image. Holds and spins on that axis. Now, for example, I select this and hold down Alt, and it rotates around it using the mouse wheel. If I want it centered, what to do? When I select it, I hit Z, and it comes to the center of the screen, then I rotate it. I simply want to zoom out a little bit with the mouse wheel. We go back, we go forward, it zooms in. See where your mouse is? No need. It's not even about clicking. For example, I'm right here. I'm going to hover my mouse over this and roll the mouse wheel up. It zooms in on this. I bring the mouse over this. I rotate it. To rotate around its axis, I select it, press C, and zoom with Alt. What do? I select it from a distance and hit Z, so that the box closes, and now I can zoom out and zoom in while holding down Alt. I carefully grasp the object and gently rotate it around its axis using the mouse wheel, allowing for a smooth and controlled movement to observe it from different angles. Right now, I don't want to go around it anymore. We're going to move a little. I'll select this hand symbol and left click to see. Now what's the shortcut? If you want to deactivate any command, just hit the escape key on your keyboard. Look at the top left of your keyboard. It says ESC. I press escape for every command I choose. If I press escape here, no selection. I'm pressing escape, it exits the selection mode. So, what's the shortcut for pan? It's the mouse wheel. Just press the mouse wheel and move it a bit. You move it, and the hand icon appears, so that's how you pan. Well, let me tell you, we can choose one. We can also select everyone together like this. And if I press Z, see, this box only shows the objects I selected. Now I can easily pan, and if I hold down Alt, I can rotate around its axis. It's essential to practice this diligently and regularly, as doing so will greatly improve your skills and boost your confidence over time. Alright, look at this corner. We have a bunch of text here. Now we are in default shading mode. It will show us the volume as solid. If I slightly change this, now we have a smooth mode. It's smooth if I put it in this mode. It shows us these edges and these faces. Now we'll practice these options together. Look, it shows us in this way, in a more detailed and comprehensive manner. This one just simply and clearly shows us its color. This is hidden line. It shows us the segments. Most of the time, we work in clay mode. Well, each of these has a shortcut. So now we're on the default shading mode. We are. If there is another way. What's the shortcut for wireframe mode? It's F3. Now if I hit F4, it shows it in a solid form on the screen, in a more detailed and clear way, for better visualization. If I press F4 again, that wire will come. He puts the volume on. That means he really has a wire showing me. It's showing me in a solid form. What happens if I hit F3? See if I press F4. It shows me in volume F3. Switching to wireframe mode shows this. What's the use? For example, we have an object. Now this. Or, for example, I drew an object and it went into this. From a distance, no matter which angle I look at it from, I can't find it. Let's hit F3 once. You can see this object is visible inside it. I'm selecting it from inside. Again, hit F4. It's selected from the inside. I'm moving it, bringing it out. Well, perhaps we have a few options here. We'll get to know field of view later. This is the zoom mode. If we hold down the left mouse button and move the mouse to zoom in or out on the screen to adjust the view and focus on specific details. If we guide it slightly upwards, you'll see it zooms in very smoothly. What's the shortcut? The shortcut is, exactly Control plus Alt. You hold it with the mouse wheel too, holding it and moving the mouse up or lower it. Usually this method is used a lot, very frequently. We don't do it unless we have to. So this does the same thing for us. No, sorry, this is the zoom mode. So how do we usually zoom in and zoom out? I'm just hovering over an object like this. There's no need to click on it with the mouse wheel. Zoom in and zoom out. If I want to zoom softly, Control plus Alt. I'm holding it down the mouse, we'll see it doesn't happen like this anymore. It happens very, very smoothly indeed. That's why the zoom all mode is extremely useful. It doesn't come to us, it zooms in on the entire environment, and this option is also. It's not actually very useful for us. So in the next session we will go with transform tools, select, move, rotate, scale. We'll get familiar with them and work on all of them together. Please practice these.